Good day everyone! My name is Ludy Lou Arbis of Great Humility, and today I will be presenting about cell theory. So let's get started. We all know that all living things are made out of cells. In fact, a cell has main three parts or principles. Here they are. All organisms are composed of one or more cells. If you look at a living thing through a microscope, then you would find cells. Plants, animals, and bacteria are made out of cells. If you would look at viruses, there are no cells because viruses are not alive or a living thing. The cell is the basic unit of life. It means that cells are the smallest unit of life because they are able to carry out the functions of life. Then lastly, cells come from pre-existing cells. Cells are made or formed by cell division. Cells will divide, then divide again into smaller cells, and this concept will be done over and over again. In 1838, Theodor Schwann and Matthias Schleiden, two German scientists, discovered something that today we might find rather obvious, but help be together what we know now as the cell theory. Matthias Schleiden, a botanist that liked to study plants under his microscope. It's been years since he has been studying different plant species. Then suddenly, bam! The realization of every plant that he has studied were made out of cells. On the same time, Theodor Schwann, a scientist that studies different kinds of animal cells under a microscope, obviously, same as Schleiden, he also then realized that animals are made out of cells. Theodor Schwann also reached out to some more scientists that is also working on the same thing, which Schleiden was also part of it, so the two worked together on the beginnings of the cell theory. But there is this other scientist named Rudolf Virchow that had research that shows that cells really did come from pre-existing cells. This scientist, anyhow, Rudolf Virchow, I don't know. Let's just say that he got the research or the information without asking from Robert Remak, a Jewish embryologist and a neurologist. Well, now, let's try to be familiar with some more scientists that are part of this topic. So, we have Robert Hooke. He coined the term cell because when he observed a cork under a microscope, the features was like a prison cell. Next is Anton van Leeuwenhoek. He was the one to realize that cells are all living things. Or cells are just living things, really. Robert Brown, he coined the term nucleus, even though some scientists already saw a nucleus, but he was the one to name it. It's important to know that the cell theory creates many advantages in biology, like it could help in Darwin's theory of evolution. Today's modern world, having so high technology for observing, we should continue to observe and discover more interesting things in this planet. That's all for my presentation. My name is Ludy Lou Arbis from Great Humility. Thanks for watching.